before you throw your identity away in favor of a philosophical group that does not encourage your questions.
Okay, so next one.
Find yourself a role model, a person you know, respect, and admire to help you through tough times and inspire you during good times. You cannot ward off recruitment if you are deficient or unknowing about selling. Know issues like salvation, life after death, or messianism. Try to gain an understanding of these issues before you start dialoguing with others about them. Be wary of people who want you to share intimate and personal things with them without really knowing you first. Also be wary of those who love you immediately upon first meeting. Beware of groups that subtly separate you from friends and family and substitute that relationship with a peer family.
Okay, so hold on for a second. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these questions right now. Okay, these ideas. Look, Ariel.
Or I have it because
you have this because I just gave it. Get that one out. Here we go. So, number one of the key things before you're approached by a cult member, you know, like you don't know when you're going to be, so start thinking about this now. I'm not going to give you homework, but think about it.
Give you homework. Impersonate a cult. Go around your neighborhood and see how many recruitments.
Beware of the dance team.
Mickey, I just got this.
No, it's a different one.
No, it's not.
That's the back, the 6, 7, 8. It's the one in the back.
It's the same thing I just got.
So then he gave it to you twice. Hold on to it for a minute. Okay, so so number one is understand yourself. Understand yourself because
If you're not sure of yourself, then
yeah, exactly. So besides that, the cult is going to come to try to take away your personality, quite simply. You have to understand who you are and understand more about yourself in order to feel confident to be able to stand up to whatever, to say, no thank you. Because what they're going to say is they're going to say very painful things to you, and unless you're sure of yourself, you're going to break under necessarily their forms of persuasion. Good role models are also very, very, very good. Number 3 is pride. Number 3 is that you have to know what you believe about the following: Messianism, life after death, salvation. Understand what you believe, because most of these philosophies are very whacked out things about life after death, and they're basically going to tell you that you can't be saved unless you join their cult. Sometimes they won't be all up in your face about it. They'll be a lot more subtle about it. Sometimes they won't even tell that to you at a first meeting. Oh. Here because Dumbledore asked me to end the story. Goodbye, the end. Sorry about that.
Rabbi, you said to speak without your mouth.
Oh, yes.
he's a ventriloquist.
So, and especially if you happen just to be having an innocuous conversation with somebody about these topics in college, you don't know who the recruiters are there. Some of them will be very upfront, and you'll be able to figure them out. Other people, they'll sit down and start talking to you about messianism, life after death, salvation, and
then bam! You're in a hole.
There's
no way out. You're trapped from the inside.
Not exactly so dramatic, but
Throw into a cave.
they'll put certain ideas in your head slowly. Slowly, they'll take time, but they'll convince you to come to one of their meetings, and then after a couple of meetings, they'll convince you to come to a weekend getaway, and then another weekend getaway, and that's really slowly how it happens. This is something where, if you know firmly what you believe and say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, period.
By any chance I'm a Phillips screwdriver?
Sorry. I don't want to know what he's trying to take apart. Okay,
That's not putting something back together.
So if you say, sorry, I'm not interested, or I have what I believe in, they're going to look for an easier target.
Wasn't it fun to lure them in?
Again, so we're going to get that number 8, don't be cocky. We're going to get to that. So number 4 is also be very, very careful whom you disclose details about your life to. And we've said this before countless times with regard to internet safety and yada, yada, yada. But when you wear your heart on your sleeve, when you wear your emotions on your sleeve, or on your Facebook, or on your MySpace, or on your away message, you're giving people keys into your head. You're giving people keys into your head. And if you don't really know who they are, don't share everything which is inside of you, because you don't know what they're going to do with that information. You don't know the type of mind games that people can play once they know about you. Be very, very careful who you talk to about before telling them about your personal life, your private life, etc. Be very, very careful. Also, anytime that you find yourself in a group that's telling you that you have to leave all of your friends, your friends and family, not forwardly, of course, that's a giveaway red flag. But subtly, they're not interested in what we're interested in. Why don't you come with us instead?
How'd you figure?
How'd
you figure out it was a cult? When they asked me to give up all my friends.
That's what it was.
Dead giveaway.
But subtly. Let's say we're hanging. Can I bring my friend? Well, I don't think that they'd be into it. Well, can I tell my mom about it? No. Why should you worry her? They're not going to
worry her.
Yeah.
Sounds like when a girl starts going out with a guy, and then she rips his soul out and takes it away from all of his friends.
That's the same thing.
Hey, are you going through something that you'd like to
Yeah,
share?
maybe. Would you like to share?
Guys, in the same way that the cults do that.
This is so much! I haven't seen Gary in months.
In the same way, well, it's also a red flag in relationships in general, of course. But with regard to cults, there's also a big danger. So there's some people who are very, very controlling and have an abusive, dominative problem in their heads. They project it onto people in their relationships with also. This is true. This is also dangerous. But what we're talking about for right now is with regard to cults and groups that try to do this. Okay, if we could look at number 6. Ariel, pick up number 6, please. It's on page 6.
We're all vulnerable because we all have things within ourselves that we do not like. Cults are superb in identifying those things and providing quick and easy ways of solving them. So if I'm bad, the cult can solve it?
Well, they'll tell you that they can solve it.
But they won't.
They may solve it in a different way.
They might solve it.
They might kill you and say you're not fat anymore.
This is true.
No, they may convince you that you're not fat, or they convince you that fat is the appropriate, whatever.
Or they might just starve you.
Right.
But there are things that you're insecure. They're feeling that you're insecure about, and they say, well, why does it bother you that you're fat? You feel nobody will like you if you're fat. We will like you whenever. We'll always like you. But that's the type of line that they'll use. They will use that type of line.
You said they'll convince you that it's okay.
Exactly. Well, they convince you that, and they love you.
Right.
There's nothing else that that you can do ever that will what's it
I
called?
want to know why you love me so much.
Exactly. So the whole thing is that they have a practice which is known as love bombing.
Love bombing.
Love bombing. Love bombing means that everything you say, oh wow, it's so special, it's so deep.
So I ate at Subway last night.
Exactly. Wow. Did you like it?